You did everything to try to lose weight, but you seem to always go back to square one. You're so tired of keto, low fat, no sugar, fasting. You're regretting all the time of eating your emotions. Do you want the real solution? Well, I want it too. And I have a proposition for you that won't cost you a penny. I'm Mary-Lise. I'm 42 years old. Those previous questions that I was telling you about, it's exactly how I feel. I was researching, reading, studying on how I could use food differently in my life to fix the cause of my weight gain, an overeating issue. But then I asked myself, what if I was wrong? What if all the knowledge that I acquired through the past few years were not the solution? What if dieting and fasting is not the true cure? What's the real issue then? Binge eating disorder. It sometimes transforms itself in other different food disorder like bulimia nervosa. To be honest, I didn't think I had some eating disorder. I just thought I didn't have self-control. It felt like I kept failing. Because of the society standards, the misinformation, the judgmental attitude, it's difficult for a majority of us to seek for help. And even we feel ashamed and alone. But I truly believe what this wise Mr. Franklin Roosevelt said one day. It is common sense to take a method and try it. And if it fails, admit it frankly and try another. But above all, try something. The only true failure is when someone is choosing not to do anything, not to try anything. Would you like to know if that's what you have, binge eating disorder? According to Mayo Clinic, binge eating disorder is a serious eating disorder in which you frequently consume unusual large amounts of food and feel unable to stop. You feel such a compulsion that you can't resist the urge and you continue binge eating. SingleCare.com reported that approximately 30 million Americans live with an eating disorder and that binge eating disorder is the most common of all eating disorders in the US. And nearly 3% of adults at one point in their life will experience binge eating. Now, I'm no doctor. My goal is not to replace the advice of a physician. Instead, I just want to use simple words to help everyone to understand what binge eating disorder is and raise some awareness around this issue. And at the limit, be able to form a community online to help each other. Now, maybe you think you do have an eating disorder. Once you recognize that you have this issue, it's important to change the way we view ourselves in the midst of the disorder. We are not the disorder. We are not lazy, glutton, hopeless, overweight losers without ambition. Unfortunately, this is the way of thinking that feeds the binge eating disorder. What have you been called in your past life? Well, share with us below any insult that came up to raise some awareness. Follow me for the next 18 weeks so you can witness the experiment that will be completely different from all the diets and fasting that we know of online. Like this video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the 18 weeks.